So, what are the biggest challenges that state government faces as it considers the present state and future of education in Virginia? Now, you've talked a little bit about this, and I know politics drives almost all of this, but obviously you have your perspective and then what it seems the leadership at present maybe is thinking. And again, we have to be careful of assumptions, but what are those biggest challenges?
Once we lost the North Star, and I think that is some form of accountability,
Mhm.
A through F grading for schools, some way for parents to understand whether Johnny is learning just the basics, not extraordinary tests, just the basics. When we lost, for instance, we actually lost the test in social studies. In other words, it was just gone. But once we lose those, the battle lines become really almost everywhere, right? Because now
Yeah.
the time factor, because you have 180 days that these people are going to be with our children. We're not really that worried about math, history, science, and English anymore. And so the battle lines are everywhere now. So I would tell you that the left is in the catbird seat today. I think they're going to continue to try to penetrate the borderlines, pressing for the left's major agenda items because
Mhm.
they're not having to be bothered or interrupted by as much SOA requirements. Technically, the SOAs are there. You have math, history, science, and English are required there. But if you don't have any accountability, let's say in inner city Roanoke, and they decide that there's no one watching, we're going to grade our own math tests, and no one's going to really have a big deal if an F is an A or a C or where all that is. Then it becomes really a social experiment, as it was in the late 70s and early 80s. So I would tell you that the moving away from accountability and the multiple fronts of liberalism invading our school systems is the top, the second, and the third and fourth most compelling problem that we have today. When anyone has to teach math, history, science, and English, then you have a good product coming out, and ultimately there can be some difficulties around the edges. Right now, the difficulty is probably going to come to the core, which is what are our children learning?
Yeah.